Hi, here we are at week 3. I can't believe it. It's going pretty fast and yet slow at the same time. So I wanted to talk to you about our work schedule. And this is what we follow to know what we need to have done by a certain time, and also what the contractor has agreed to have done by a certain time. And you'll notice on here that demolition is supposed to be 8:24 to 9:04. And they are on target to get that done, I believe. You'll see down here that they punched the holes in the last of the concrete, and you'll see back there that they've got quite a lot of the concrete already dug up. And we just learned that actually there was a 8-foot deep water cistern or something back there, and they said they covered it up. So we'll have to make sure that that's okay, and what happens if that ever, crushes or whatever. That's just another thing to think about. This work schedule, as well as the design plans for what we're going to have done. Here's a little bit of just the start of what we have to do. And all of this had to be presented to West Banco's construction department and approved before we could actually close on the loan. And so this is not a mere suggestion. This is actually what the construction department is looking for to be completed on these timelines. And so I want to take you inside just so you can see some of the demo inside. So let's go in. And so as I push on this door, one of the things that we need to, and I know it's on here, but I don't know, I can't see it right away, but we are tasked with finding 2 entry doors. And believe it or not, that is proving to be quite a task, because they need to be 34 inches wide by 81 inches tall. And that seems to be a pretty popular size, as well as we're looking for specifically entry doors for an Italianate style home. And when you're renovating a historic home, there's actually quite a few rules you need to live by, and I'll talk about those a little bit later because we are talking with the historic people about those things. So I'll just show you a little bit throughout the house, because you really haven't seen a lot of the house. So we tore this down a little bit so that we would widen this entryway. We purchased a chandelier from the Wooden Nickel that's going to hang right up here, and that's going to be beautiful. And then come on back this way. And you can see that we went ahead and tore out a closet that was there. Back here is an area that I don't know exactly what we're going to use it for right now, but this is where somebody actually stood when this home was a boarding house. And I'll show you, as you would come in the door here, that space right there is where somebody stood, and people would come in and get their keys for their room there before they went up to their room. So that's kind of a fun thing. We're going to keep that just as a historic part of the house. And then back in here, the kitchen is all ripped out, as well as they did take up the flooring, so you can see we do have some good wood flooring under here. There's a couple of places where the wood is dry rotted, so they'll replace those couple of pieces. And we have asked our interior designer to come join us here on Saturday, because you'll see the next thing coming up is going to be a new wall framing and door frames, as well as the plumbing rough-in, the HVAC rough-in, etc., etc. So we're going to want to discuss, exactly where do we want the outlets, exactly where do we want the sink in the bathtub, and all of that stuff. So it's important for us to get our interior designer in here. And then I believe next week, when we do our video, We're going to be able to show, use some blue tape to be taping stuff out so that we're sure everything gets where it needs to go. So that's the update for this week. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to talking to you next week. Bye.